Hello, and welcome to part 2 of our tutorial on the bottle label module in BrewTrax. If you have not watched part 1 yet, we recommend you go back and watch it before viewing this video. So, on with changing the background colour from the label we started creating in part 1. Let's first fix the text. Click on one of the label items. In Properties, you will now see that the background colour is set to black. Simply change this back to transparent and repeat. The bottom shape, we can see that the top shape, which is the angled rectangle, is now sitting above the back shape. All we need to do here is simply highlight the top shape, right click and click Center the Back. You'll now see how everything looks just fine. There is, however, still a black line appearing through this label. So with clicking on the shape, let's go to our background colour, set it to transparent, and you'll see that that disappears. Right now we have the makings for a pretty good bottle label, but everything we've added to it so far is fixed, so whichever brew we choose to use this label for, it will look exactly as it does currently. We want to now add information that is specific to the brew we are using it for, e.g. grape variety, year, alcohol content, etc. All of this information, and much more, can be sourced from the right hand side in field lists. As you can see, in this list we have a whole host of options to choose from. Let's start with our own home brewery name. In BrewTrax you have the opportunity to give yourself a home brewery name. We have used Spare Room Wines and Beers. You can use whatever you like, and you can change it in settings. So let's look through the list for my home brewery name. Here it is. Let's now click it and drag it to our label. You can see that the new item has now all but disappeared. This is a very similar issue to the item we had before, with black text on black background. So let's simply adjust the background colour to transparent, set the foreground colour to white, and now we can see the text again. While we're here, let's change the font. Stick with our Candera, leave it regular, and set the size to say 16. We're also going to change the angle now to 90. This will allow the text to rotate 90 degrees. Again, some resizing and repositioning to make it just right. Oh, this time we're also going to set the text alignment to middle center. The reason that we have added this text to the label as a data field rather than typing the brewery name in manually is if we changed our brewery name in, say, a few months' time, all of our labels will automatically retrieve this new change. This becomes more useful for fields such as alcohol, because each label will automatically pick up the alcohol value from the brew. Now we'll add the brew name. This is simply whatever you have named the brew, so find it in the list, drag it over as before. Again, we adjust the colours and angles. Difference this time is when we adjust the angle. If we set it to -90, it will rotate the other way. Don't forget again to set the text alignment. Also, we're going to need to once again do some resizing, repositioning to get everything just where we want it. Let's now add some more text items to the bottom. So to start, bottle size. Just drop that to the bottom left. Change its background colour to transparent. Let's add ABV percentage. Add that centrally at the bottom. Background colour changed back to transparent. Also, text alignment central. Let's also add bottle X of Y. We'll put this in the bottom right hand corner. Background colour back to transparent. Text alignment this time to right. Lastly, we'll add batch ID. We'll put this just above bottle number. Okay, we still have those white bars in there that we wanted to remove. We could add another shape in here, but let's just resize the picture up and down to fill the space. Okay, so just to finish off our labels, let's add a nice thin white border around the picture. Double click shape on the toolbar. Adjust its properties. Let's first set the shape to rectangle. Fill and background colours to transparent. Adjust the line width to 5 and the foreground colour was set to white. In order to set the background colour, we'll need to do it via the properties box on the right hand side. Now all we need to do, resize, reposition, so we get it exactly where we want it. Perfect. And there we go. We have finished our label. So let's now save and then close the bottle label editor. Now that we have created our label, we want to add it to our selected brew. We have already finished and bottled our wine, and I've transferred it to the cellar within BrewTrax. So, open the cellar module. Look for the brew in the grid list. Here it is. Select it. There are now two ways to add the label to the brew. We can click on the icon in the left toolbar, or we could double click the label preview area just here. Doing either will bring up a label selection window. We're presented with the same thumbnail view that we saw earlier. So simply find the label that we created, here it is, select it by clicking on it and then click finish to confirm. You can now see that BrewTrax is using this label and has created a preview thumbnail so that we can see just how it will look. Now all we need to do is to print it off. So again, with the correct brew selected, click on the print bottle label icon in the left hand toolbar. This opens up a print preview window showing exactly what will be printed. If I adjust the zoom level here, so I can see exactly how it will look on the paper when it comes out of the printer. You can see the label with all of the detail that we have added. You can also see all of the information that BrewTrax has added. You can see that BrewTrax has automatically created 6 copies of the label. This is because we added 6 bottles to our cellar. So BrewTrax will only print labels for bottles that need one. You can also see that each copy of the label has its own unique bottle number. All that's left to do now is to press the print button and print them out before sticking them onto the bottles. We hope that this tutorial has been helpful and perhaps inspired you to create your own bottle labels using BrewTrax. The possibilities and designs are only limited to your imagination.